Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's gonna be another update on the F80. So we're pretty much done. I'm gonna let Toby walk through the whole car. It's fucking badass. I'm so excited to use it this weekend. But yeah, Toby, take over.
For sure. So we finally got it done, and it's what I'm calling a beta version because we do have Gabe does have a track day competition time attack event this weekend in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday.
So we were saying like we're gonna like put some pieces of the cage in just so he can make it, but our lead fabricator was like, nah, he's gonna get the full cage welded in. So it's finally done, but the inside of the car with like the modules and the shifter, switches for the window, because you have to drive with your windows down on the track, stuff like that is just temporarily in there. And then on Monday after the competition, we're gonna come back, make it sexy, put everything like right as it should be before the debut officially on Saturday the 27th. So, but yeah, here's the car. We were able to maintain a lot of the function of like things you need, you know, that you don't really notice on a normal car, like your trunk opening with the key. And again, his MCS reservoir mounts are just kind of zip tied to make it for the one track day competition.
Yeah, these will get the Ren Scott treatment like I do in the GT3.
Yeah.
As well as all the harnesses, we'll get that as well.
Yeah, and then for the cage itself, we went all the way to the back of the frame rail as far as possible. And we also kept in mind the space you need to be able to change out your battery if you ever have to. You know, so we'll mount these in a place that will make it easier. You don't have to remove them. And then you still have room to get your battery out. Yeah. But yeah, the rear section of the cage goes as far back as possible, more than normal, because obviously, again, this car, if you guys don't know, is going to get 4 bucket seats.
I'm just happy about the rear being able to keep my space for the jack.
Yeah.
So being able to like bring all my wheels and tires like I normally do in the car and also have the jack here is so clutch.
We didn't mean to do that, you know, it just kind of happened. But this is like you guys probably saw in the other video, what really makes it different. So now we've got the door bars on the side, the full rear assembly in the back completed.
And the door panels are going to get brought in next week. I want to do something nice where it's, I know Dave made some carbon fiber panels for me, so I'm going to go pick those up. And then I'm going to have somebody connect through RSR, go ahead and mount those to the door panels, but also do pull straps for each door, just to make it that much more like a club sport build.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to look super clean. Yeah, right now it's just to make it to the one competition day.
Yeah.
But if you guys look up, that's kind of the hardest part of what we do for a weld-in, is getting so close to the edges and the lines of the factory body. I can barely put my finger in this part right here, you know, it's like right up next to it. And that provides safety in case of an actual rollover, and obviously room for passenger and driver headroom with a helmet on.
Look at all this goddamn legroom, man.
Yeah.
So legroom was one of the concerns, and headroom. Headroom might be more of a concern than legroom. I have plenty of legroom here. Keep in mind, I'm about 6 foot, about 200 pounds. So yeah, plenty of space for a grown adult. I think anybody over 6 foot might have clearance issues with the helmet on. So I might have to keep all my smaller friends in the back, which is no big deal.
Yeah, and also too, the smaller friends will help with the weight in the back, because we did add, you know, we're still going to measure and count how many feet of tube we use, and then get a calculation of the weight that we added with that rear section. So we'll get that done next week when the car comes back. Obviously, what you guys can see is different from our normal bolt-in. We took into account, like, for the people in the back, we want to minimize the risk of hitting their head, you know, on something. So we only got the one crossbar that you need, and obviously the diagonal that you need. That's the minimum rulebook requirement. On our normal cages, you get a full X and 2 gussets, basically 5 bars going across the main hoop. But this, we did the minimum rulebook requirement of a diagonal and a single horizontal.
And you're talking the rule book for what racing organizations?
That's NASA and SCCA.
Yeah.
Different for NHRA. But I think they have the same thing in the NHRA rule. But obviously this isn't an NHRA cage, but it may pass. We'll have to check.
Let's hit the front. Turn it into a funny car.
Yeah. And then moving on to the front, the door bars. Obviously, we got a nice X for the door bars. And then again, this follows the A-pillar as close as possible. And it was a lot of measuring to make sure we can even put the seats in and out. And then obviously these are to rulebook on the height as well.
These bends are awesome, man. It's I don't know, it's fucking, you guys knocked it out, man. All these little bends with the welds, it's just,
Yeah.
everything looks so good. Yeah, just speechless, man. You guys knocked it out.
Yeah,
I know
if you guys check Gabe's last video, the car didn't have glass, so the car's got a new windshield in the front and in the rear windshield as well, and that was needed to get those welds and those bends on the front section and the rear section.
Yeah, that previous windshield took a beating anyways. It was cracked up, beat up,
Yeah.
and I got to add a new, I heard maybe an RSR one?
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring it with me. What class is it? B2?
B2.
B2, okay. Good thing I'm in B3. I gotta do my
Show 'em
build
how-
video.
Show them how stiff the car is.
Oh yeah, so I'll do it from the rear because it's very rare that you can do it from the rear. But with one hand, you know, shaking the whole car.
It's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So we have 8 points of contact, right? 2 here, 2 behind the passenger seats, 2 behind the
No,
driver's
there's
seat.
4 in the back. There's four welds to the chassis in the back, or 4 plates, I guess.
So essentially,
That's
10.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points to the chassis. Yep. So
chassis, and I'm still able to retain pretty much everything. All my button functions on the wheel are still there.
Yeah.
The whole center console is ripped out, and it needs to be cleaned up, and we'll figure all that out. The iDrive unit is still there, so that way I can clear whatever messages I get on the iDrive. But what I want to do as well for this car is, if you look up at the glass, I don't have a rear view mirror anymore. What I want to do is I want to code out the iDrive to give me a rear facing camera all the time. Because you know, if you go above 25 miles an hour on the F80s or F8X chassis, or any BMW, I think, that rear view camera goes away. So coding it out and having that the entire time while tracking rather than looking up at the rear view mirror, I think would be a nice little touch. I don't know how functional it will be. It would be interesting to see how functional it is, but I think it'd be pretty
the other option is too, if you drive fast enough, you don't have to look in the rear view.
True. Yeah, true. I know. I think I do, because I think Robin might dive bomb me.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that gray M2.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the gray M2. Hashtag Robin no IG. All right. Well, you got anything else?
No, I think that's it. But yeah, I think it's cool that we're doing a track day in this form, you know, and then we still have a week or 5 days to kind of do the finishing touches.
Yeah.
That way you get to do a full shakedown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this was always the plan, to do the competitions with one seat in, and then the non-comp track days, put all the seats in and take it for a spin with all the boys.
Yeah.
But some other things you guys did and or are doing next week, we did solid trans mounts. We have solid engine mounts on the way. New injectors. Over the last season, I had some injectors go bad. That was just, I think, from leftover shit in the tank. I had E85 sitting there for so long. And then after we replaced those, I had one injector absolutely get fried, which I'll probably insert a clip here. So replacing that, car
I've never
runs
seen an
fine.
injector like that.
I've never seen anything like that
Yeah,
either. It
pretty
legit
crazy.
looks like it was catching on fire all the way up the goddamn whole injector.
Which
You'll
is
see.
weird because we drove a Chuckwalla and your car was hauling ass.
Yeah, no,
So
my
it's
car
like-
handled just fine.
Yeah.
It was legit only misfiring and going into limp mode after about 20 to 30 minutes of driving randomly. So it could have been either 20 minutes or an hour that I did it. It's
Yeah.
just, it is what it is, but it's all figured out now. Car's running good, ready to go for this weekend, and yeah, I'm stoked, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm glad you like it, dude.
Thank you, appreciate it. Well, if you guys liked the video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe. Other than that, we're gonna get out of here. It's pretty late tonight, and I know these guys want to get home. Later.
Thanks, guys.